Okay. All right, guys. So here, welcome to training for today. We're actually going to have 2 trainings in the time of 1. So you're welcome. So the first one is like there's really no fun way to do this one. Like literally, I've tried for 3 years to make this one fun, and it's just not the most enjoyable one. But it's super important because like essentially it's the fundamentals of being a good counselor. So real quick. Really no other way to do it except for let kind of everyone participate. So in case you guys wanted to know, here's kind of the structure of what Camp Kesem is. So this line and above is like our national program. So there are paid people to like run this and to make sure that we follow certain standards. Oh no, they don't want to. Psych. So and then kind of from down here and is where it starts to be kind of volunteer based. So at camp we'll have like our professional staff, we'll have our admin team, we'll have our nurses, with our professional staff is our nurses and our mental health professional, and then each unit is going to have unit leaders, both a boy and a girl, and then you guys will have cabin counselors and then program counselors, and then the campers are the best part of the base. Can't have it without them. So there's kind of the structure of what that is. Kind of as you see, camp advisor is somebody that's sent by nationals to, but it's a volunteer still, that will be there at camp, and they are kind of like the mini, they're like the national representative. So they, yeah, it was mini, that was funny. So they oversee these people, and on the admin team, it'll be myself and Nacho, and then likely one of the ops coordinators as well, and then we haven't decided who else, everyone else will be, and then the unit leaders will kind of go to the admin team, and then the program and cabin counselors, which is you guys, will go to unit leaders. It'll make a lot more sense when we get to camp, and you'll kind of see the layout of it, but that's kind of how that goes. So that's all the training is. Just kidding, if only. Okay, so we just have these policies that we need to make sure that we go over. Is that a good size for everyone to see? Or a little bit bigger? A little bigger. Okay, so we're just gonna like literally just go read. Everyone can take one. Just so you know, the first part's basically saying in order to do what we do, these are the policies that we follow. So let's start here with number 1.
The presence or use of alcohol, tobacco, any illegal drugs, or overuse of prescription or non-prescription medications will not be tolerated at camp.
I believe Rose up.
Yeah, we'll do that one, yeah.
Staff curfew is 1 a.m. All staff must be in their cabins at this time.
Camper curfew is 10 p.m. All campers must be in their cabins at this time.
No one may leave camp grounds except on campus to attend until permission from the cabin.
Counselors may only use phones after hours or by exercising extreme caution to be out of sight of campus.
So, kind of to go off of that one, there's no cell service up there, so don't even worry about bringing your phones. There's very limited Wi-Fi that we won't even give you the password to, so don't ask. Unless it's for like, if you have like a work or a school thing that we talked about before, we'll let you use a laptop that will be connected to the Wi-Fi. In previous years, we've given out the Wi-Fi password, but it's people never get off, and then it gets really, really slow. And like you don't even want to be on your phones anyways, because like camp is only 1 week long. All right, go ahead, Snowy. Number 6.
If romantic relationships occur, they must be kept private and must not interfere with counselor responsibilities or shift any attention away from the campers.
Cool. Yeah, you're good.
It is possible that some campers may develop a crush on the staff member, and in no circumstances should this be encouraged or facilitated by any staff member.
Like that's sad that even has to be on there, but like, yeah. All right, Peter, number 8.
Personal relationships are prohibited between campers and campers. Personal relationships are also prohibited between campers and counselors. A personal relationship is defined as a consensual relationship between individuals who have or have had a continuing relationship of romantic or intimate nature, such as dating or engagement in intimate displays of affection.
No inappropriate language, swearing, threatening, or derogatory comments of any kind.
Any offensive physical, written, or spoken conduct, including conduct of a sexual nature, is prohibited at camp. It is a violation of Camp Kesson policy for any camper or camp staff member to engage in the acts or behaviors defined as harassment.
No child abuse of any kind will be tolerated, including physical, verbal, sexual, or emotional abuse or neglect.
Staff shall never leave a child unsupervised. Staff shall never be alone with a single child where they cannot be seen by others.
No open-toed shoes, except shower shoes at the pool and in the shower.
All staff must wear shirts when not in the pool.
No offensive or political clothing at camp.
Except on American Day.
17. Let's go McQueen and Smith.
Female staff and campers must wear one-piece bathing suits at school. Male staff and campers must wear shorts at school. Must be
Suspicions or reference to staff or personal behavior must immediately be brought to camp advisor immediately. If you see clear something, say something.
Bella.
Suspicions or disclosures of abuse, neglect, self-harm, and/or suicidal ideation must immediately be brought to the camp advisor and MHP immediately. Failure to comply with this policy will result in termination from camp and future programming.
Great. Okay, keep going. Let's see. Yeah, right here.
Zero tolerance.
You need to do it, yeah.
Oh, just the whole thing, or?
Just do one. We can.
Okay. Violence against campers, families, or other staff members.
Breaking the rule of three.
Real quick. Anyone can explain what the rule of 3 is? That hasn't been to camp? Yeah, happy.
3 boys or 3 girls present at all times.
Right, 3 people. So essentially, never one-on-one, or campers are never left. Just 2 campers at one time. Yeah.
Gender isn't.
Gender is not essential on that. No.
Oh,
But,
cool.
yeah. So. All right, done.
Drugs, tobacco, including vapes and e-cigarettes, or alcohol.
Allegations of abuse, neglect, harassment will result in immediate removal from camp or investigation.
Threats to harm themselves or others.
And then let's just come back.
Negative comments or jokes regarding one's race, sexual orientation, and gender identity. No offense rule. One offense rule.
One offense rule means that these comments happen at camp. Camp advisors and MHP will have a serious conversation with the camper about why it isn't okay, how they make others feel, and the consequences. Guardians will be called, and any additional comments or jokes will result in an early dismissal from camp.
violations of any campus policy.
Okay. Anyone have any questions about the 20 things that we just read? You will need, just so you guys are kind of aware, you will need to sign this. Probably we'll have you do it like right before camp, but basically that you're going to comply with these policies and rules. So if you don't, they're pretty straightforward, but if you have any questions, now is the time to bring them up. So I kind of just want to highlight this. This isn't really the one I wanted to talk about. But social media. So you guys are more than welcome to take pictures at camp. In fact, we highly encourage it. Don't let it become a distraction. And if you bring your camera, be careful with it. Humpy Terry, because
Yeah.
So just if you bring your camera, just make sure that you're extremely careful. You're welcome to do it, but just be careful. But with the pictures after camp, kind of just to say like the rules. So there's no putting a camper in your profile picture or anything across the social medias. I'm not like very like up with Twitter or any like really Instagram either, but like there's no profile pictures or anything like that of campers or cover photos or am I missing anything else that shouldn't have a camper in it? I think it's just basically it's like where it says your name, it shouldn't have you and a camper in it or you and a group of campers or anything like that because these are people's children and they're not your Facebook usage. However, you can post on Facebook or any social media these photos, but you have to tie it back to Camp Kesson at BYU. So you tag them in the picture or the post that you make, and just make sure that it's always connected back to Camp Kesson at BYU. They signed a release to letting us use their pictures for Camp Kesson purposes. So As long as you tie it back to what Camp Kesem does and who we are, then you're okay with that. Is there any questions as far as that is concerned? Or any clarifications I didn't make clear? Okay. Similarly, do not friend or follow or whatever other form of social media, Snapchat, anything with the campers until they're 18 and done with Camp Kesem, so they're not going to come back the next year, and you're done with Camp Kesem as well. So it'll happen at camp, especially if you're the teenagers. They're going to all try and follow you. I have like 3 or 4 like Instagram follow requests like sitting in my inbox waiting for me to like approve them when they're like of age. But just keep that. And then if for some reason they do follow you, you have a public profile or whatever, and they private message you, like say something about it to like somebody from Camp Kesem, as far like one of us, so we know, and don't respond to them. Like the only communication with campers goes through our BYU outreach coordinators, which is Gummy Bear. So they have the email, they have all the parents' email. It goes, how it works is if you want to talk to a camper, you write the email and you send it to us or to Gummy Bear and Tarzan, and then they send it to the camper parents, and then the camper parents relay it on to the kids. So there's no direct like outreach to kid communication either. It always goes to the parents because they are minors, and we want to make sure that the parents know what's going on. I talked about that, the counselor-camper communication. Physical contact. Oh, this is also extremely important. So we're going to go ahead and read this too. So the appropriate forms of physical contact. Where did we pick up? I think, did you read last? Or Dan read last. So you go ahead and start. So these are appropriate forms of physical contact. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh,
No, you're good.
Sitting beside children.
Lightly and briefly patting your child on the back or arm.
Holding hands or interlocking arms.
Gently ruffling a child's hair.
Combing, brushing, or braiding of hair. Please don't share combs or brushes.
Hug. If requested or initiated by camper, when hugging the child, make sure you're leaning to their level, or if you're smaller, you can drop to your knees before hugging.
Slow dancing, ballroom style.
When camper requires sensory, distribute sunscreen into the camper's hands and let the camper apply the sunscreen to them.
Okay, so those are appropriate forms. Obviously with younger kids, this last one might be a little bit more difficult because you need to help them get their sunscreen on, like especially like on their backs. But like if it's covered by a swimsuit, don't touch it. Yeah, go ahead.
There's a fun way to not have to deal with that at all is just to use the spray sunscreen so you don't have to rub your children at all.
Yep. That's also good. You shouldn't rub them regardless, even if you are putting on sunscreen. Just a little. Anyways. Well, like I feel like that's like. Oh, okay. Anyways. Any other Gummy Bear you had?
Oh, that was good to add.
Okay. Okay, these are prohibited forms of physical contact.
Playing wrestling or hot hands.
Like this.
Yeah, where like you slide and you have to like slap him.
Legitimately one of my favorite things.
Okay.
Pulling arms, pinching, hitting.
Placing hand on the back of the child's neck to guide.
Forcing a hug on a child.
This is like super weird. Like you wouldn't think it happens, but like it happens. If like a kid's not like you're going in like this and they're like not having it, abort mission and like back away because it gets really uncomfortable. So okay, go ahead.
Allowing a child to lay down beside you on the bed.
Don't even be on the same bed as a child, please. Like back to the back rubs. Yeah.
Kissing a child anywhere on their face or body. Specifically guiding children where you want them to go.
That's not like holding their hand and not dragging, but like guiding them. Like that's not saying that, right?
Right. So this is like kind of like so this is a very fine line. So kind of what we want to do is like let's say that like that cart is the danger. Like you're gonna want to draw a circle like in your mind. Like okay, this is where I would like physically intervene with them, And then if like they're getting towards this, and it's like that's like a cliff or like that's the hill or something, they're gonna fall. Then yes, grab their hand and like lead them that way. But like if they don't want to go somewhere, don't like pick them up and drag them across like the camp. Like that's kind of more what it's referring to. But make sure like if physical safety is in harm, like please be gentle, but like you can then guide them. So I don't know where we left off. Right to you.
Slow dancing, 8th grade style. Speaking back nice, doesn't say it's like chicken in a pool.
Sitting in your lap.
That's like, that'll happen if you're with the younger kids. They're going to want to come sit on your lap. And it'll be the hardest thing that you ever have to do. Like, just think it, like if you serve the mission, it's like the same thing. Like it's protecting you, it's protecting Camp Kesem. Like it's super cute. It's not like, there's no bad intention at all, but like it's super important. So, Gabby, or did you just read? Chicken nuggets. But
Picking campers up unless in case of a medical emergency.
Which hardly happens, that you'll need to pick them up. If they're like, my leg hurts and I can't walk, like, say that I'll walk really slow with you. And then if it's really that bad, bring the nurses along. We've had people, like, girls, like, lie that, oh, I can't walk, and so they ask, like, the boy counselor to, like, carry them. And you can, the girl, like, her smile's, like, ear to ear, like, yeah! Like, right, yeah, so. It really is. Okay, and then the last one, no?
Applying sunscreen onto your camper directly.
Okay. Use the spray. Good call. Driving, you'll drive there, and then you can't drive campers unless, like, well, you won't drive campers, period, because there's nowhere to go with them. So, any questions about the roles or responsibilities of the Camp Kesem counselor? Okay, because you will all have to sign, like I said, this agreement saying that you will abide by these policies. So, end frame.